so I'm going to explain what we're going to do this morning. We've got a few new people here this morning as well, so I'm going to spend a little bit more time just explaining the session, the nature of the session. Wednesdays are all about strength. It's slow, it's more considered work, it's gentler work in a lot of ways. Still challenging, but there's no sort of hard, fast, there's no burpees, for example. There's no mountain climbers, there's no jumpy around movements. It's about slow, controlled movement, building strength, building mobility. What we're going to do today, continuing the theme I've been working with on the last few weeks especially, is just about the back of the body and how much time we're spending like this, slouched on a sofa over a laptop or anything like that. It results in all sorts of aches and pains. So I really want to keep focusing on working on exercises that mobilize the hips, that strengthen the back, that open out the chest, that, you know, think about the glutes and all that sort of thing, give you a strong core, strong hips, strong mobile hips. So hopefully we can minimize them, sort of reduce the incidence of aches and pains and sitting down related injuries. Okay, so what we're going to do, today's workout is broken up into 5 little blocks. Now, within each of those blocks is what they call a matrix or a mini circuit. We're going to be doing an exercise, and we're going to do variations of those exercises, and we're changing every 30 seconds. So we're going to be working, each block lasts for about 2.5 minutes. We'll have a little rest, repeat that block, and then move on to the next block. So it's a sort of quite familiar format for those of you that have done it before, but it's reasonably straightforward to follow for those of you coming to it for the first time. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to be working with is a squat. Nice, simple bodyweight squat. But what we're going to do with this bodyweight squat is we're going to play with our hand position. So as we're working with our hand, changing our hand position, it just means that you change the emphasis. And as you bring the hands higher and higher and higher, you really have to focus on what you're doing with your core to make sure that you're sitting upright, that you're not tipping forward too much. And the squat, as well as being a leg exercise, then becomes very much a core exercise as you lengthen the body. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate what we're going to do first of all. So to start with, we're going to do a regular bodyweight squat, just sitting it down, standing it up, working in a nice, smooth pace. As I said, this is nice and easy, nice and steady. So for the first 30 seconds, we're going to be squatting like this. Then we're going to move on, you'll hear a bell, and then for the second 30 seconds, you bring your hands into a prayer position, like that. And then after 30 seconds is up, we're going to change again, and bring your hands up and overhead into a Y position, or a Y squat. So you really have to pull your core in quite tight to maintain an upright position. And then after that 30 seconds is done, we're going to come back down the ladder, bring it back to prayer. And then after that 30 seconds is done, we're going to come back just to a regular counterbalanced squat. And that's the matrix, that's the little mini circuit. We can have a little rest, and then we're going to repeat it. So it's very slow, very considered, lots of control, lots of balance. Okay, that's the first block. So I'm just going to clear that and bring up my timer, and we'll start work. Okay. So, everybody ready? We're going to start with our bodyweight squat. Thumbs up if you are. Brilliant. And let's get going. Let's just start with a nice, simple bodyweight squat. Sit it down. Stand it up. So the key with this, make sure that you squeeze your glutes at the top. So really, as you sit down, squeeze your bum cheeks so you stand up nice and tall at the top. Sit it down, squeeze your bum cheeks. That's it. I'm just going to do this for 30 seconds. Some of you may have deduced that actually we're squatting for quite a long time. Next, we're into the prayer position. So bring your hands in, pull your core in tight. Really work with every single rep that you do. Work to improve your range of movement through the hips. Those early reps may feel a little tight as you warm into the set. And then overhead next. Really reach. As you warm into the set, you might find you can get a little deeper, get more used to the movement. The weight should be on your heels as you squat. Sitting down, standing up, show you from the side. Try and be as upright as you can. Really draw those shoulders back. That's it, keep that going. After these 30 seconds, back into prayer. So what you're noticing how the muscles around the ribs and the midsection come into play, and the importance they have in maintaining your posture. So when you're squatting, but just taking that into general moving around as well. Sit down, stand it up. Sit down, stand it up, pull the core in tight. Okay, and then finally, sit it down. So much more relaxed core, more relaxed squat rather. Everything feels a little easier. So there's no speed to this. It's control. There is an element of endurance, of course, because essentially we're squatting for 2.5 minutes. So you will feel the work. Okay, and take a rest. And that's the first block. Nice and gentle, nice and easy, but no doubt you can still feel the work. We've got a minute's rest, and then we're going to go again and do exactly the same thing again. So it's nice and easy, nice and steady paced work. So when we get to Friday and Sunday, the emphasis is going to be slightly different. It's going to be faster moving, it's going to be more explosive. But for today, just focus on moving well. That's the really most important thing about all the work that we're going to do today. It's about moving well, moving with a really good range of movement, sitting it down, making sure that your posture is good. You're nice and upright as you squat on this one. Okay, so we've got 15 seconds. So start thinking about your next squat now. So again, we're only doing this twice. Get ready in 10. Get ready in 5, 3, 2, 1. Sit into your squat and stand up. So it's smooth. You're going down over a count of 2, up over a count of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Get the squeeze in at the top. That's very important. Squeeze your glutes together. Squeeze the bum cheeks. I really shouldn't say bum cheeks like that. Gluteus maximus. Okay. And then into prayer position. So again, keeping the shoulders high, keeping the chest upright and out front. Getting the hips down low. So it's the difference between a deadlift and a squat. This is sitting down. A deadlift is bending over. So take the hips down. And now overhead, reach up high, draw those shoulders back. Really pull the core in tight. Sit it down, pull the core in tight. Your weight should be on your heels, not your forefoot. That's the key with any squat. What you don't want to feel is the movement in your knees. The knees should be pretty much above the ankle, maybe a little bit in front. Bring it back in, but certainly not in front of the toes. Your weight should not be on the forefoot really. You should be pushing through the heel as you stand. That's it. Nice and smooth. Nice and easy. So it's quite high volume stuff. We're doing quite a lot of reps here. Working for quite a lot of time. So even though it's slow, you'll still feel it in your legs. And then back to the regular out front squat. And by the time you get to the bottom, you do feel how the squat and what you need to do with your midsection, what you need to do with your core to maintain good position when you're squatting. Taking the hips down, try and keep the back as straight as you can as you squat. So it becomes a whole body exercise, it becomes a postural exercise. And then take a breather. Good stuff, that's the end of that block. Now we're going to move into a floor block. I don't know if you want to maybe adjust your device so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to get down onto the floor. I'm going to adjust my screen so I can see what I'm doing as well. We're going to do a version of something called the Turkish get-up. Now, you usually do a Turkish get-up with weights. We're going to do it unweighted because it is actually still quite a challenging move all on its own. Okay, so what we're going to do on this block, we're going to start with your left leg bent and your left hand up, as if you're sort of holding a weight or you're really reaching for the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath in and just peel that left shoulder up off the floor until you come up to this position here. And that's it. That's the move. Nice and simple. And then control it as you come back to the floor. Okay, I'm just going to pause that for a second. Deep breath in. Up. Really extend. Extend, extend, extend. And bring it back down. So again, it's about creating the tension within the body as you take your body through these movements, through these positions, really extend. We're going to do 30 seconds on the left, follow that with 30 seconds on the right. Then what we're going to do is we're going to swap sides again, and we're going to extend it, the movement, into a side plank position. So from here, deep breath in, come up, and then just pick the hips up off the floor. So you're in this position here. Now, if you find this tricky, then just come back to that position there, but it's entirely up to you how far you want to take this. We're not taking it to the top, we're just taking it to this position here. Then the hips come down, and you lower that down. Deep breath in, up, up, hold it for a beat, and return it down. 30 seconds left, 30 seconds right. Then what we're going to do on the fifth one is we're going to alternate sides. So we're going to go up, and whichever version works best for you, there, down, back to the floor, change sides, there, up, down, back to the floor. You can do it by keeping the hips on the floor as well. Okay, and that's the block. So, get into position, get ready, and we're going to start with the get-ups, starting on the left-hand side. Okay, so when you're ready, 2, 1, off you go. Look right up to the hand. Look up to the ceiling, really extend, be as long as you can through the body. Peeling the shoulder up off the floor, so it's almost like a ripple. You can feel the muscles work. It's not a big jerky movement. You reach first with the arm, and the shoulder comes up, it comes across the body, and you come up and extend at the top. And take it back down. Deep breath in, up, and take it back down. Deep breath in, and up, and take it back down. Again, we're doing 30 seconds on this. You might, if you like me, find yourself shuffling along the floor a little bit. So I'm just going to adjust myself for the next set. Up and extend. And slowly, lots of control. Control's the key on this one. Okay, we're going to change sides now. This time the right hand up, right knee bent. Up and extend. Up and extend. That's it. Up and extend, and control that descent. Up and extend, and control that descent. So everything's controlled. Really reach up to the ceiling, really extend it. That's it. Up as high as you can. Really lengthen through the body. Up as high as you can. And take it back down. Okay, we're going to change sides again in a minute, and then we're going to take it to the side plank. Swap it over. Here, deep breath in. Up. And hips up high. Really extend in this position here. And then take it back down. Slowly return to the floor. Deep breath in. Up in this position here. And return it to the floor. And bring it back down. Keep going. Up. Hit that plank position. and down, change sides, same on the other side. Deep breath in, up, and return it to the floor. Nice and smooth. Deep breath in, squeeze, and up. That's it. Push the hips down, push the hips up rather, and return it to the floor. Time for one more. We're going to alternate now. So from here, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, a little more, up, and rest. Okay, take a little rest, and off we go again. So, well done everybody, well done. Let's get your breath back, and then we go again. Okay. So, when you're ready, let's start that again. Okay, so into position, starting on the left-hand side, off we go. Just up to the hips on this one. And then good stuff. Just up to the hips. And it's good. Up and down, nice and gentle. Up and down, change sides, 30 seconds on the other side. And off we go. And down. Up and down. Keep it going. Up and down. Keep going. Up, down. Next time, bringing the hips up. Change sides. Go up here. Deep breath in. And extend. Bring it up high. That's good. Then bring it down. Deep breath in. Bring it up high. And then bring it down. Good job. And again. Up. Bring it up high. And bring it down. That's it. Change it over. Same thing on the other side. Up high. And then bring it down. Good job. And up high. And then bring it down. That's it. Good stuff. Keep it going. Up high. And down. And the next one we're going to do is alternating. Change over. Up high. Control it. Return it. Change sides. Up high. Control it. Return it. Change sides. Connect your breathing to your movement. It's good. Keep it going. Up high. And rest. Good job. Good job. Take a little breather. You've got a minute's rest. And then we're going to go on to the next block. Okay, so what we're going to do on the next block, I'll just instruct you with this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically lunge. So what we're doing with the squats, we're going to do the same thing with either a forward or reverse lunge, depending on which you prefer. So forward lunge, big step forward, maintain that width, sit down, come up, return, big step forward, maintain the width, down, up, return. If you prefer a reverse lunge, big step back, and big step back. So from the side, it looks like this, big step back, big step back, or alternatively, big step forward, drive through the heel, big step forward. We're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to start the lunge with hands on hips, like that. Then we're going to bring it up into prayer position, like that. And then we're going to bring it up, overhead. Okay, and then up the pyramid, down again, have a rest, and do the same thing again. Okay, so start that up again. When everybody's ready, we're going to start with a lunge, hands on hips. Let's go. Nice and easy, just 30 seconds. Really focus again on the quality of the movement. Try not to wobble, just like I did then. Plant the heel, engage the core, really move well. That's 30 seconds, then we're bringing the hands up to here. Bringing the core into play that little bit more. So keep the elbows nice and high on this one. That's it. Next thing, hands overhead. Really reach as high as you can as you lunge. So this makes the body so much longer. You have to work pretty hard from the belly button to keep everything in place. Okay, back to prayer position. Nice and easy. Nice and steady. Lots of control. Move well. Kiss the ground with the back knee. Okay, back onto the hips. Be a little easier now because the body's shorter. Balance should be a lot more simple. Again, from the side. Your lunge, you should be aiming for about 90 degrees on both knees, whether you're doing a forward lunge or a reverse lunge. Whichever one works best for you, whichever one you're most comfortable with, that's absolutely fine. Okay, and take a breather. Shake it out. Good stuff. So, got a minute's rest. We're going to do the same thing again. This one really gets the legs nice and warm because you are lunging for quite a period of time. So just get your breath back. Just get nice and comfy. And then we'll do the same thing again, starting with the hands on the hips for the lunge, then bringing it up to prayer, then bringing it up overhead, back down to prayer, back down to the hips. Okay, so just shake everything out a little bit. And when everyone's ready, we're going to start with the forward lunge, hands on hips. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Really think about how tall you feel. Imagine someone's got a string, like a string puppet, or they've got the tiny little hairs at the top of your head, and they're pulling you up by them. Really be long, be poised in your movement. That's it. Keep it going. Next thing we're going to do is move to prayer position, so keep moving, keep fluid. Keep the elbows high. Nice and easy, then we bring the hands over the head. Up it comes. Be really tall as you can. So inside. Oops. All the shot there. Keep going. Really lengthen the body. It should be a nice straight line from the top of your fingers down to your knee. That's it. Then back to prayer position. And then really aim to get that straight line from the top of the head, through the shoulders, through the hips, down to that bottom knee. Keep it going. Just take it back to the front again. Really focus. Concentrate. Okay, and back to the hips. That's it. Just drop the hips down. Really, when you plant that foot, give yourself a beat, and then think about the hips. Lower the hips. Good stuff. And rest. Okay, so we've got a minute's rest. What I'm going to do now is take you through the next 5 exercises. These are more floor work again, so let's get down on the floor. We've got 5 exercises. One of them is a sort of lying face down. The other 4 are variations of glute bridges that just sort of build the intensity as you go on. Okay, so the first exercise is a reverse leg raise. So you just lie on your front like this. Keep your toes together, your ankles together. Just bring your knees off the floor by working the glutes. Try not to arch the back. That's not what we're after on this one. It's about these muscles here. Bringing the thigh off the ground. Okay, we're going to do that for 30 seconds. Then we're going to get onto our backs on the floor, nice and easy. I'm just going to push the hips up in a regular shoulder bridge. So all I want you to do on this one is just really squeeze it. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Okay. Then we're going to progress it. I'm going to do a single leg shoulder bridge. So we're going to drive it up like that. Now, if you find that a little tricky, you can assist with your palms and just keep going like that. So we're going to do 30 seconds like that, and then 30 seconds on the other leg, like that. Okay, and then to finish the block, what we're going to do is something called a glute march, where you push both your hips up, and this time the aim is to keep the hips up and keep the hips high. Just march the legs without letting the hips drop, without counterbalancing too much or twisting too much. So you've really got to pull the core in tight, really got to stabilize the entirety of the midsection by squeezing it tight and using your glutes. So push down with this leg if you're raising that leg, push down with this leg if you're raising that leg, and that will help you maintain your position. Okay, so when you're ready, guys, let's get into position, starting on the floor, starting with a regular, with the reverse leg raise. Okay, so when you're ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice and easy. Just gentle movement. There's no speed to this. Think about the glutes. Take it nice and easy. It's 30 seconds in this position. 5 seconds. And change it over onto your back. And this time, pushing the hips up. Really get that squeeze on here. Up, squeeze, and down. Up, squeeze, and down. Up, really feel that working. Good stuff. Squeeze, and down. The next thing we're going to go is we're going to go one leg at a time. So single leg, shoulder bridge now. So up and down. Up and down. You can assist with your hands as much as you need to. Up and down. Keep it going. Up and down. Really think about pushing the heel into the ground. Really think about this glute. Keep the hips up as high as you can. and lower it down. Push hard, drive, change legs now, onto the other side. Drive the heel down, bring it up. Drive the heel down, bring it up. Keep going. Squeeze this, you want to feel this really working. And down, up. Keep it going. And now we're going to go on to the glute march for the final one. Okay, keep the hips up and stay up and swap legs. That's it, keep it going. Point the toes straight out. So it's just the knee. Then you can make it a little easier by just bringing it up like that, whichever you prefer. This is a little trickier because it makes the leg and the body a little longer. Okay, take a breather. That's one round down. Have a little rest, and then we're going to go again. Okay, good stuff, everyone. Everyone's doing really well. Like I said, it's gentle stuff. It's not hardcore. We're not really hammering the pace on this one, but you still feel the work because it's very concentrated. So focused on very particular parts of the body, but hopefully parts of the body that are really useful, things like running, whether you run, or any sort of day-to-day movement, things that help you maintain a really good posture, things that keep your legs strong, for example, of course, as well. So, when you're ready, guys, let's get down onto our fronts, and we're going to start with the reverse leg raise. Okay. So into position, toes and knees and ankles together, and off you go. It's not a big movement, this. It's just what you can do with your glutes. What you certainly don't want is anything going into the back here. This is about the very lower part of the back of the glutes, how these work together. So really focus. The stronger your glutes are, the less work your back has to do, the healthier your back is, basically. Okay, change it over into a regular shoulder bridge now. So again, there's no big weights on this, there's no big explosive movement, so you've got to create the tension. Get it to the top and squeeze the glutes as hard as you can. Bring it back down. Bring it up, squeeze the glutes, push the knees up a little bit, and bring it back down. Bring it up, squeeze the glutes, and bring it back down. Give yourself that beat at the top so you can really feel these engaging. Okay, going to switch it now to single legs. Drive it up. Bring it back. Drive it up. Hold. And bring it back. Drive it up. Get that squeeze on. These are going to be working a lot harder now because it's just one leg doing the work. Drive it up. Bring it back. Lots of control. Don't fall back to the floor. Drive it up. Down over about 3 seconds. One more drive. And return. Change it over. Straighten one leg. Bend the other and drive that heel into the ground. And push again. Really squeeze it here. Bring it down. Squeeze it up. Bring it down. Good stuff, everyone. Squeeze it up. Bring it down. Squeeze it up. So this is a very smooth little circuit. Nothing too intense. And bring it down. Now both hips are up. The hips are up and we're marching now. Marching from side to side. Really think what's going on here. As you shift one leg up, you can feel the focus changing diagonally across the body. So really keep those hips up high. Really keep those hands down. If you need to stabilize yourself that little bit more, that's fine. You do tend to slide across the floor a little bit. Okay, and take a breather. That is the end of that block. So what we're going to do now is put all that together into one final little mini circuit, which takes elements of everything that we've just done beforehand. So the first exercise on this mini circuit is a squat. So pick the squat variation that works best for you, whether it's down into a regular squat there, into a prayer position, or even into a overhead position. We're going to do that for 30 seconds. Then we're going to get down on the floor and we're going to do the alternating get up. So we're going to go either there and down, changing sides, there and down, or if you want to take it to this plank, that's great too, but alternating sides through the set. Then back up onto your feet into the lunge, whichever lunge variation works best for you. Change it over. And then what we're going to do after we've done the lunges, we're getting down on the floor again, and we're going to do a glute bridge march. There for 30 seconds, and then the final 30 seconds is just a glute bridge hold. And holding that for as long as you can, well, for 30 seconds if you can. If you find you can't quite hold it for 30, that's fine, just come out of it, rest, and come back into it. Okay? And that's the final mini circuit. We're going to have a little rest. We're going to do that twice with a little rest in between. Okay, so when everyone's ready, we're going to start with the squats. Pick your hand position, which works best for you, your favorite, and let's get cracking. 2, 1, off you go. Squat. 1. Keep it going. That's it. Keep going. Nearly there. As high as you can, as high as you need. Okay, down on the floor, everyone. Alternate get up this time. Deep breath in. Up, high as you can. And back down, change sides. Up, high as you can. And back down, change sides. Up, high as you can. And back down, change sides. Up, high as you can. Down, keep that going. And one more on each side. Up, and down, and one more. Up, and down. Change it over, up onto your feet. We're lunging now. Overhead. Keep it moving. See how we're doing for time. Still got a little bit more work to do, everyone. Nice and smooth, lots of control. Okay, one more on each side. Okay, down onto the floor now. Glute bridge march. Up with your hips. Keep it going. Keep the hips up high. Push down with the leg that's staying on the floor. Extend with the leg that's staying up. Nearly there. One more on each leg. Then both feet down and hold for 30 seconds. Really feel that squeeze on. Nearly there, everybody. Just keep that concentration. Keep these engaged here. And rest. Take a little breather. We're going to do that one more time. And then we're done. Okay, so nice and smooth. Take a little rest. One more time. And then we're done and dusted. Okay, so shake everything out. Get ready to go in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Starting with squats. Off you go, guys. Sit it down, hands up high. Really extend as if you have a massive beach ball over your head. If you're doing the overhead ones, if you're doing the prayer ones, really pull that body upright. If you're doing the hands up front, still really work on your posture and your upright position in the squat. Keep it going. Nearly there, everybody. 3 more. Just enough time for 3 more. Okay, down on the floor. Into the get-ups. Off you go. Deep breath in. Up. Extend. Bring it down. Return. Deep breath in. Up. Extend. Hit that line. Look really good in that position. And down. Up. Hold that position. Give it a beat. And take it down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. This should have been alternating, but I forgot. 1. And down. Up. And down. Up. And down. Keep it going. Up. And down. Nearly there. And 1 more. Up. And down. Up onto your feet. And lunging. Nice and tall. Off you go, guys. Really extend it. Not long now. A little bit more, 2 each side. Down onto the floor, glute bridge march. Up nice and high, keep the hips up, and march from side to side. That's it, push down through the heel. Keep it going. Couple more on each side. And then hips up, hold. 30-second hold, everyone. Really push the heels into the floor. Really engage the glutes. Not long now, not long. 2, 1, and done. And that's it. That's the end of the workout. Well done, everybody. Like I said, so gentler introduction to things, focusing on just quality of movement, making sure that you're moving well, moving strongly, to working on sort of reducing wobbly sections of your technique. So it allows you to really slow things down and get into control of it. Have a little stretch now, have a little rest, drink water. There's a stretch video on the website, so if you want to use that to cool yourselves down and stretch and mobilize afterwards. And then we're going to be back on Friday with a whole body conditioning workout, a little bit more intense, a little bit more jumping up and down, and then on Sunday with the hip workout. But well done, everybody. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you on the weekend.